Hi, hi, and welcome. It's Ricky. I'm back again. Um, yeah, my cold got a little worse for a bit, so I wasn't able to record, but I'm back at it now, and this is number 12. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my goodness, I'm doing it. That certification is right around the corner. Today I'm gonna do a combination again on religion and responsibility. They're uh, they're really. It's funny. I like it because it's like a play on each other. Um, when it comes to religion, that's part of the problem is the responsibility because there's a lot of rules and regulations with many religions. It's it's like okay, come along. You can worship and reach to God, and this is how our church does it. And you find yourself learning rules and regulations all over again. Um, I think one of the biggest problems with that is that when you're dealing with separateness and boxes and and trying to get back to that place of oneness, uh, at one ment that we talk about in the course, it's really tough because you go to, at least a lot of people go to church to to worship God, you know, and while they're there and along the way they're learning to sing these songs, and then the different churches, religions will have um, different ways that they suggest, and a lot of times it might be a subtle suggestion, but it's not a suggestion. It's more like if you don't do this, we're going to talk behind your back, and no one's going to want to sit with you. So there's a lot of that sort of silliness going on. And from the course's perspective, at least when I'm learning about it, it really is about releasing and and allowing me to get to know God just the way God made me, you know? And so when I was going to religion, to, the Catholic Church in my case, when I was going there, I was raised in it, but when I was going there, I was trying to reach to God, and the problem was the way they were having me do it produced more boxes. Um, I know it doesn't really matter, but it mattered to me at the time. Um, I'm left-handed, and when I would go to church, um, I got in trouble for crossing myself, making the sign of the cross, um, with my left hand because it was seen as disrespectful. So I needed to learn how to do that with my right hand, and it was that's when it started feeling a little strange. It's like, does God really need for me to do this so that He'll love me? You know, um, I think there's some religions that work on being as open and flowing as they can. Um, my teacher's founded religion, undefinable and expansive, is one. And there's ones like Buddhism and others that are tend to be a little more flowy and have room for for us to connect to God as God is. Um, like I said, that's the responsibility is the double edge here because when you're given um, the religion, then you're given the responsibility of following it and being the best that you can. And in some religions, it's also about um, the responsibility of bringing other people into your religion, so that you know I don't know, looking for recruits and everything. And I don't know if Jesus did that. I think he just kind of was guided by God on the people that he was supposed to reach to, and they knew that Jesus was the one they were supposed to reach to, and it just kind of all came together, and it worked, you know. So that responsibility one is a little bit tough when you're talking about religion. Um, there are those people that have their religion. They've had it forever. They enjoy it. They enjoy the way they are. Um, but I'm not there. I with the course, my focus is on removing everything that stands in the way of my being able to feel my true connection to God. Because we are one, and God and we are one. So that's what it's about. That brings me to the responsibility, excuse me, of the Course. The Course talks about responsibility as once you start knowing the truth, once you're awakened or enlightened enough to the point where you know the truth, then that's the responsibility, is to help to bring that truth forward and not try to do all the silly things that we did before to hide it. Stay out of the little self and get stronger in our Christ self. And it's tough. It can be tough at times. But as I've said before, in A Course in Miracles, it says, as I awaken the world. And it can be seen as I grow and I learn, I help to make the energies brighter and stronger and on the planet. And then as that happens, um, more people also feel that energy and they wake up. Excuse me. Another way that can be looked at as I awaken the world, is that as I awaken, I have the responsibility within me to help awaken the world. If I know that when I get angry, or I try to act special, or I get resistance, if I know when I do that I'm blocking myself from God, then it is my responsibility, as much as I can, to stay open and to ask God, please help me through the Holy Spirit to just be where I am and not go back and hide. There's no reason in this world why, or there's probably plenty of reasons in this world, but there is no reason as I grow that I have to go back and hide. The lie's dead, and as it dies in me, it can die in you also. The thing I like about my teacher's founded religion, Undefinable and Expansive, and you can find it on his website. Anyway, I'm not doing a commercial for him. I'm just bringing it up because when you talk about religions, when he developed this religion, and it is a religion, the focus was on, just as a religion, we accept everything. We accept everyone. And in the doing of that creates the oneness. Things like, in the statutes, there's things like, we believe in atheism. Now that's a kick, right? And we believe in your right to believe in whatever you want to. We hope that it's not going to harm others. We hope that you're coming from your heart when you do it. But nobody's going to tell you that you have to believe in God, or that when you believe in God, that you have to believe in Him a certain way. You know, the statutes are really fun. I say we because I do believe in it. Because it's, as so many religions are separating, are rigid. In this particular religion, um, it's all about community. It's all about the oneness. As God intended, we are one, and so this religion focuses on that. And if anything I said piques an interest, that's fine. Like I told you, many times I will get from God the word or words or a sense of what I'm supposed to talk on. And today it was religion and responsibility. And so I never stepped into this with the intention of talking about the religion I believe in, but I've always been there and straight up about any of my experiences with you. I think as I become ready, as I am becoming real ready to teach, it's still important for me to share my experience, because then you know that I'm not full of it and I'm telling the truth and I truly believe in what I'm saying, you know? So I'm not going to get caught up in what I believe about you and E, because that's not the purpose of this talk. The purpose, and see, in the doing of that, excuse me, in the doing of that, I can do exactly what religions do. I start drawing those lines. Even in the talking to you about a religion that works very hard on not having those kind of lines, I'm still doing it because I'm just drawing the line in the sand. I'm saying that what I believe in is fine, and those other religions don't, and that's the furthest from the truth. So let's talk about responsibility a little bit more. I guess that's where the guides are taking me right now. Because as I step up in my desire to follow my calling and my desire to truly go forward as a teacher of God, at the same time, I am waking up to, and God's molding me, guiding me, and shaping me to be how He wants me to be, to represent Him. That's what the by design is about. No accidents. There's no accidents. When I think about, excuse me, when I think about going forward as a teacher of the course, something inside me, and I've talked about this, something inside me wakes up and I start feeling alive, and I start feeling like I can do anything. I've been shy most of my life. There are times that I've got out in front of hundreds of people, but few and far between. And so the thought of getting out there and letting everybody see me and talking to them and going to meetings where people are and being willing to open my mouth and teach them is a lot scary. But that's my responsibility as I see it of being a teacher. Yes, we can teach without ever saying a word. We can teach in many, many ways. We can teach just by practicing the course and feeling the love in us and bringing it forward. So, even that is teaching. If I'm around someone and it's apparent that I've become triggered by something, and I am able to, through the Holy Spirit, get in a different headspace about it and show the person or change the situation to a loving and gentle approach. That's teaching. So there are many ways to do that. In my case, and I didn't really know this at first, but in my case, since I had to do 12 written essays and 12 video essays, and then I have 2 exit interviews, one interview and 2 exit essays. But what I learned out of this was I'm a writer. I much prefer to do the quiet written essay where I can get the information from God, but take the time to let it just flow through my fingers and reflect and do it that way. I'm a lot better, as you guys I'm a lot better and a little more comfortable at doing the videos. But with a video, it's like you open your mouth, it's like a cannon. You open your mouth and that ball flies out and it's not getting stopped, and then that's it. So I like my written better. My teacher is continuing to have us do both so that we can learn how to teach from both. I think it's interesting as a writer that and a teacher, if that's the way that God would have me teach the course is through my writings, that I can actually teach and never open my mouth. To me, that's neat. That the words can come through, be written, and just be there in a book or whatever way that feels right, and they never have to know who I am. But I get the feeling that in this case, yeah, I'm going to get people are going to know who I am. I think also with religion, it becomes a total package. Who you hang with, what you say, what you can't say, and most religions, in my humble opinion, most religions have this thing that the way you get to heaven, and the Catholic Church is known for this, is by your deeds, is by how you act, because God's up there, and He's paying attention. So, if you're doing the right things and acting in the way that God would see fit, not having sex when you're not supposed to with people that you're not supposed to, not beating up on little kids, anything like that. We shouldn't anyway. But if you did, then that means that God would not allow you to be in heaven, because you're naughty, and heaven is a place where we are supposed to, at least we're taught in religion that we're supposed to. God will take us home if we show that we are worthy to go home. That's probably for me one of the biggest differences, biggest splits when it comes to A Course in Miracles and basic religion, because, like I said, we're taught by our deeds, by how we act, whether God will think we're pure enough and good enough to take us home. That's what many religions believe. Not right or wrong. That's just what I've noticed. In A Course in Miracles, it has more to do with a few things. One, God loves us no matter what we do, and we're already home. So there's no need to have to live by a particular code of ethics strictly because that's what's gonna get us into heaven. Um, it's more like in the course we're learning to forget and forgive those code of ethics so that we can truly remember and feel the heaven that we're already in. And that's just how that is. I mean, I talk to people about stuff and was talking to someone I love and they they're talking about how you need to do it this way. It's really important or God won't let you come home. And what I told him was something real simple that I God is my loving Father. He created me. He created me to experience my life with me. He made me to be who and how I am. Why? Then why is he going to suddenly shut the door on me? Because, growing up with that being Catholic, that whole idea that you have to be a certain way, um, never felt loving. I had to ask myself, was that the kind of parent that I would want to be connected to? Can I see someone that acts like that separateness, that line between I'll love you if that's not unconditional. And from what I have learned about God, and I'm learning more all the time, God's love is unconditional. I don't have to earn it. It's there. It's there because of God is God and He created me. I don't have to do anything to have it. And down here, the only thing I have to do is work on releasing the lie of the little self and the ego and just embrace the love, embrace who I am, embrace the Christ. And as I do that, I know who I am and I don't have to do anything. I don't. And growing up with so much conditions on all kinds of stuff, it's real hard. It's really hard to suddenly go, you love me, you made me this way. It's cool, you know? Um, and I am really grateful to God that He was able to get me through this without a few little coughs, but thank God I could just bring the message forward. I love you guys. This is my number 12 video. There will be one more, and then since I am going to be certified in teacher of students, then going on to be certified in teacher of teachers, I'm sure there's going to be more too. Anyway, bringing it back around to responsibility. I have the responsibility to be as open and loving and honest. I think being honest is probably very, very important. It's a very important one to me. And to be here and to be available. And I am. And I love you guys. And have a really, really blessed day. And thank you for supporting me through this. Good night.